Yesterday we were looking at patterns and sequences, and we only started looking at them. And for homework, I gave you a worksheet that had different types of fruit, and there was a certain pattern, and that I wanted you to find out what that pattern was, and I wanted you to figure out what fruit came next in the sequence. Now, that worksheet that I shared with you had the answers attached with it. Now, today we are going to do something a little different. We are going to look at number sequences, okay? And we're going to try and find out what the pattern is so that we can figure out what numbers come next in the sequence. So here we have like a sequence here, and we have a sequence here. We have 4 different sequences, and we have to figure out what the pattern is so that we can figure out what the next 4, I want to find out what the next 4 numbers are going to be, okay? That's why I'm putting 4 at the right hand side here. So I'm going to find out what the next 4 numbers are. So here we have 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So the first thing you do is you have a look at what is changing. So these numbers are obviously increasing. So something is being possibly added to them or multiplied. So let's have a look and see what the difference between the numbers is. So what's the difference between 3 and 2? Well, there you go. Between 3 and 5, the difference is 2. What's the difference between 5 and 7? 2. What's the difference between 7 and 9? 2. 9 and 11? 2. So what's happening to each of these numbers? 2 is being added to them. So it's plus 2 every time. So I know now that the pattern is for every number, 2 is being added to it. So if I want to find out what the next 4 numbers in the sequence are, well, I can figure that out because I know that the pattern is plus 2. So the next number would be after 11 would be 13 because I'm adding 2 plus 2. That gives me 13. And then I just plus 2 again. That'll give me 15. And then I plus 2 again. That'll give me 17. And I plus 2 again. That'll give me 18. No, my brain isn't working. It'll give me 19. So you can see here it's increasing by 2 every time, from 11 to 13 to 15 to 17 to 19. So what I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to pause the video and try and figure out what the pattern is in each of these sequences and try and write the next 4 numbers for each sequence, okay? And if you're stuck, just press play on the video, and you can work along with me. But if you manage to have a go and you've tried to do all of them, well then just skip forward in the video and you can check the answers to see if you're right. Some of you will be really good at this and you won't even need to write it down because you'll be able to do it in your head. Some people are really good at doing patterns and sequences. So pause it now and press play when you want to watch. Okay, so let's go through this. All right, let's see what the difference here. From 2 to 5, we're adding 3. From 5 to 8, we're adding 3. The pattern for all of these is plus 3. That means that if I need to find out the next 4, I'm going to be adding 3 each time. So after 14, I add 3. That'll give me 17. I add another 3 to give me 20. I add another 3 to give me 23. And then I add another 3 to give me 26. And there it is. I figured out the next 4 numbers. And they will continue on. Over here, 4 to 8 to 12 to 16 to 20. So each time 4 is being added. Plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. So we just have to add 4. So 20 plus 4 is 24. So the next number would be 28, and the next number would be 32, and the next number would be 36. We're just adding 4 to each number. So here we're subtracting 2. Minus 2, minus 2. You can go up and down. Minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. So the next one would be minus 2. So the next number would be 12. And then we're minusing 2 again. That would be 10. And again would be 8. And again would be 6. And so on. And eventually we might end up going into negative numbers. Okay, so we've had a go at those. Let's try these ones here. Again, pause the video and try and do these two, okay? Again, I want you to find the next 4 numbers in these 2 ones here. Don't try and do the bottom 2 just yet, okay? Try and do the top 2 first. All right, let's see how you did. So from 5 to 45, well, that's -5. From 45 to 40, that's another -5. 40 to 35, that's another -5. Okay, the pattern is we're minusing 5 to each number. So if we -5 again, that will give us 30. If we -5 again, it'll give us 25. And again will give us 20, and again will give us 15. That's correct, isn't it? 35, 30, 25, 20, 15. Yeah, done. Okay, the next one, 12 to 8 to 4. Okay, from 12 to 8 is -4. From 8 to 4 is -4. So if we -4 from 4, we get 0. And if we -4 from 0, we get -4. And if we -4 from -4, we get -8. If we -4 from -8, we get -12. Because remember the number line. If we go below 0, we start to go into negative numbers. And it goes like that. Now, the next ones are a little bit different, okay? The next ones, I want you to find the next 3 numbers. Now, I'll just give you the hint that they are a little bit different. I won't say anything else. Have a go and see if you can figure out what the difference is. Okay, so let's see if you have figured out the pattern. So 1 to 2, well, the difference there is 1. From 2 to 4, the difference is 2. From 4 to 8, the difference is 4. Okay, so what is happening to these numbers? See the pattern, increasing by 1, then increasing by 2, then increasing by 4. So 1 is becoming 2, and then 2 is becoming 4. It's doubling, isn't it? So this is being multiplied by 2, this is being multiplied by 2, this is being multiplied by 2. So then I want to know what's going to happen next. Well, it went from 1 to 2 to 4. So 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. So that means that the next number will be 8 plus 8, which is 16. See how that got a little bit different and a little bit more difficult. So again, the next number is not going to be the same. The pattern is that each of the numbers is doubling. So 8 multiplied by 2 is 16. So for the next one, we have to add 16 and 16. And 16 and 16 is 32. So the final one, we can see that the pattern is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So they're all doubling. So that means that the next thing we have to do is we have to add 32. And 32 plus 32 is 64. See the difference? Whereas before we were just adding and subtracting, and the pattern was staying the same, -5, -5, -5, -5, and this was -4, -4. Here, the number was changing. The number of the pattern, the change, was different. But the rule was that the change was double what it was last time. So let's have another go at the next one and see if you can get it. Okay, so let's see. What's the difference between 2 and 6? It's 4, isn't it? And what's the difference between 6 and 18? Between 6 and 18, that's 12, isn't it? So the difference here is 4, and then the difference here is 12. We could also look at it that, and I'll change the color for this, 2 becoming 6 is the same as multiplying, oh, I have to charge the battery of the tablet. 2 becoming 6 is the same as multiplying by 3, isn't it? And 6 becoming 18 is the same as multiplying by 3. So now, if we want to find the next number, if we multiply 18 by 3, what would that give us? 18 by 3, let's see if we can do it in our heads. 3 tens are 30, 3 eights are 24. So 24 plus 30 is 54. So the next number would be 54. Now, in the numbers above, this 4 was becoming a 12. All right, so that 4 is being multiplied by 3 to become 12. 3 multiplied by 12 is 36, isn't it? So if I was adding 36 to 18, that would give me 54. So there's two ways of looking at it. Either you can multiply the numbers, or you can find out what the difference is, and you can see that they are being multiplied by 3. The difference between it is being multiplied by 3. I think that this is the simpler option. So we'll do the next one. The next number would be 54 multiplied by 3. So 54 multiplied by 3, well, 3 50s are 150, and then 3 4s are 12. So 12 plus 150 is 162. Oh, it's getting big. All right, and then the next one again, I should probably use a calculator, but let's see if we can do it. The final one is 162 multiplied by 3. Well, that would be 300, because 3 100s is 300, and then 60. 3 60s is 180, so 100 plus 180 is 480, and 3 by 2 is 6, so 486. Oh, I'll do it in a different color. So it would be 486. And so on. It would get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. All right, that's it for today. We'll continue with number sequences tomorrow. And let me know how you got on with these ones. There's no homework to do with this. Everything you needed to do was in the video.